And the proclamation reads, whereas Pat Tillman joined the U.S. Army in 2002, committing to a 3-year term, turning down a $3.6 million NFL contract, and whereas in 2004, Tillman's unit was ambushed in Afghanistan, and he was provided cover for his fellow soldiers as they escaped, but it resulted in his death. And whereas the Pat Tillman Foundation was established in his honor, and the foundation seeks to carry forward Pat's legacy by inspiring any young people striving to promote positive change in themselves and the world. And on September 17, 2008, Rory Fanning started walking from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and began a trip across the country in honor of his fellow Army Ranger and friend, Pat Tillman. And now, therefore, I, Quay Throgmorton, Mayor of the City of Commerce, do hereby proclaim Thursday, January the 22nd, 2009, as Rory Fanning Day in the City of Commerce, Texas, in honor of his effort for the Pat Tillman Foundation. Since he's walking across the country, we're not going to burden him with anything else to carry. So we'll mail this to the address that's on the website if that's appropriate, and we'll make sure that he gets this. And we've also provided up here a little, if you don't have a chance to get an autograph from Jerry or Rick, there's also going to be a tip jar here that will go towards Rory and his efforts to make it across the country. So you can go onto his website and get some t-shirts and wristbands. So it's a very worthy cause, and let me turn it over to him to kind of explain a little bit more about it and his journey, and then we'll get on with this evening's celebration of the songwriters here. So let me turn it over.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor. I think this is the first proclamation given to somebody who hasn't changed his clothes in the last 6 days. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank you again to everybody who showed up. This is terrific, and I'm just so honored that I have a proclamation here in Commerce. So just to explain a little bit more about what I did. Basically, after 9/11, I enlisted in the Special Forces for 3 years, and that's where I met Pat Tillman. I was walking, well, let me explain how I did it. I came out of the field, and like most people in the military coming out of the field who've been sleeping food deprived, we were going straight to the bar. And on my way to the bar, I saw a gentleman, Pat Tillman, in a cafe. And so I walked inside the cafe, and I saw Pat and his brother Kevin exchanging a paper they had written on a topic. This is a Friday night. Pat grew up without TV, and for fun, him and his brother would read books and exchange paper, 5 or 6 or 7 page papers on various topics. I was stunned by that. Not only was I stunned by that, I was stunned by his engaging personality. Pat was one of the best listeners I ever met in my life. When you were talking with him, he was listening. And you're the only person on the planet when he was actually chatting with him. And that for some, you know, I knew the guy who, from the highlight film, the guy who was knocking the helmets off of free safeties that they cut across the middle and gave up $3.6 million in an NFL dream job to follow his heart into a greater cause. And this walk has less to do with the military. It has more to do with having the courage that Pat did to walk away from unlimited security and comfort to pursue a greater good. And you know, and I think that's why his memory shouldn't be forgotten. So 4 months ago, I flew to Virginia Beach and have been walking ever since. And I'm here in Commerce. I forget where I am sometimes. It feels like Groundhog Day, one long day. But you know, you guys definitely break it up and create wonderful memories. And I'm just really honored you guys would do all this for me. You know, so thank you very much, guys, and I look forward to chatting with you. I forgot to tell you kind of why I'm walking. Well, Pat gave up the $3.6 million in a foundation only a few years ago. It was created in his name. It is run by the people that know him the best. It's his family and his intimate, close personal friends. They've made it their mission to look for kids, particularly children of veterans throughout the nation, who exemplify the same kind of leadership qualities Pat has: selflessness, intrepid action, passion, well-read, etc. You get it. And then they give through scholarship and mentoring, kind of instill hope and nurture his values in America's future leaders. So I can think, you know, watching the news and, you know, all that stuff with a general frustration over some of the leaders in this country, it's nice to have a foundation that has made it their mission to find selfless leaders throughout the nation and nurture them. So that's where the money, if you guys are so inclined to donate tonight, will go to the Pat Tillman Foundation. So thank you very much.
And I just wanted to remind everybody, you can catch Rory. We just this is hot off the presses. He'll be on the morning show on KETR tomorrow morning at about 8 o'clock. So join us on 88.9 and hear more about that story. So, but without further ado, let's get this showcase rolling. I want to hand it over to the man sort of behind it all. At least, I mean, we got to give Gerald all the credit in the world for giving us this venue. He's behind everything you see down here. But Brad's, yes, please, let's give it up for Gerald. It's been an amazing transformation down here just in the last 3 or 4 months, so great job there. Let's hand it over to a guy who's going to get us warmed up tonight. You heard him on KETR this morning, you hear him all the time. I play him on Notably Texan, and you may want to get the smoke detectors turned off because he may catch the guitar on fire the way he generally does. Mr. Brad Davis, everybody.